This is your complete guide to the Rugby League Grand Final. How to get tickets, how to get here, what to see, what to do, how to get in, and how to have the most amazing time in the final game of the Rugby League season. The Rugby League Grand Final. This is the final game of the season that determines the champions of Rugby League. Traditionally, it's held here at Old Trafford, the home of Manchester United, and it's a fantastic spectacle for any fan of Rugby League. The two teams playing this season are the Big Bad Wigan Warriors, the legends of the game and multiple winners of this championship. But standing in their way is their former captain, Sam Tomkins, a Wigan legend, now captains the top team in France, the Catalan Dragons. So who's going to win? Let's find out. But firstly, you'll need tickets. The easiest way to buy tickets is to go on the website, which I'll leave on the screen here, and it's a simple case of just picking your seat and paying for it. Prices range from about £35 to about £90, and ticket availability is usually quite good up until the day of the match. If you're a fan of one of the two teams that are playing, an additional 15,000 to 30,000 seats are available at each team's website. Finally, if all the tickets have gone, you can buy a physical paper ticket at the last minute by going to the Manchester United ticket office, which is located to the northwest corner of the stadium. I don't understand why people would leave it this late. Okay, so now that you've got your tickets, it's time to get here. If you're driving here, there's many car parks around Old Trafford that you can park in. However, the traffic can be painful when you're trying to leave. More on that later. By far the easiest way to get to the stadium is to use the Metrolink system, aka the trams. There are several stations that service Old Trafford, but the most convenient one is the newly built Wharfside station, which will drop you off to the northeast corner of the stadium. The other stations are a little bit further away than Wharfside. You can take buses or taxis to Old Trafford, but bear in mind that traffic on match days is notoriously terrible here in West Manchester. So now that you're here, let me show you around the place. But before I do, I've got to tell you about these things here. There's a strict baggage policy around Old Trafford. Try not to bring anything that's bigger than an A4 sheet of paper. If you absolutely have to, you'll be baggage searched way before you enter the vicinity of the stadium. But once you're around here, there's plenty of things to do. There's plenty of food trucks, there's lots of pop-up bars so that you can have a drink beforehand. Even the Manchester United megastore seems to be open, even though it's the completely wrong sport. There's plenty of people outside selling fake merchandise, but if you want actual real authentic merchandise, visit the Elite Pro Sports truck where they'll sell you the real deal. There's even stuff for kids to do, so even if you're a little bit early before the match, you'll be entertained by what's outside. And around the streets of the stadium, there's plenty of other things to do as well. If you're a big fan of pubs, the many football pubs around the stadium caters to rugby fans on this day. For example, Hotel Football is open to all these rugby fans. You've got the Trafford, the Bishop Blaze, which happens to be home to all these Catalans fans, and hey, how's it going guys? There's also the Lowry Shopping Centre across the water, just in case you want to shop instead of drinking. And if you're on a super tight budget, there's even a Tesco supermarket across the street. So if you don't want to spend a boatload of money, just go into a supermarket and get yourself a few drinks and snacks before the game starts. But sometimes they restrict the sale of alcohol. Before the match, everyone's in pretty high spirits. It's not like football where people are trying to fight each other, everyone's here to have a good time. Including this guy right here. He looks like he's having the time of his life. Okay, let me tell you how to get inside. You'll need to go to the relevant gate number on your ticket, and above the gates will show you which team's fans are sitting there. I seem to always buy the ticket for the wrong team, so I'm a Wigan fan, but I'm sat with the Catalans fans today. Yay! After a quick security search, simply get your ticket and push it into the turnstile, wait for it to scan before you walk through the turnstile, and there you go. The concourses here at Old Trafford are pretty tiny. The food prices are a little expensive. It's certainly not the best concourse experience you'll ever have, but it's certainly not the worst. Even though the stadium is open 2 hours before kickoff, there's no point getting here that early. But try telling these Catalans fans that. They seem to be in high spirits, and I'm sat in the middle of them all. Yay! But whilst we're here guys, and if you haven't already seen my Manchester United matchday guide, let me show you around the place. That over there is the Stretford end. This is where all the hardcore fans sit, and today it's where the Wigan fans are. Over there is the Sir Bobby Charlton stand, the South stand, where my usual season ticket at Manchester United is. This is the East stand, where the Catalans fans are today, and I'm sat here in the Sir Alex Ferguson stand, aka the North stand. This is the largest stand here at Old Trafford, and it also has the nicest lounges in the stadium, so if you have bought corporate hospitality, you'll be in for a treat here. The teams will typically come out and warm up about 40 minutes prior to kickoff, and it's a good opportunity to see your favourite players up close and personal. But as the players go back in, the fireworks start, the banners get unfurled, and once the anthem rings out, you know it's just about to go down. When the players do come out, it's a fiery affair. Quite literally, they blaze flames throughout the stadium, and it's pretty fun to watch. Once all of that is over and done with, it's time to actually start the game. Wigan and Catalans have been the number 1 and number 2 ranked teams in the league this season, and it's pretty easy to see why. Both of them like to hit hard, they don't give an inch of space, and if you're a rugby league purist, you'll appreciate the defensive display that both teams are displaying right now. It's incredibly hard to get inches, let alone meters. The matchday atmosphere here is very good. It doesn't matter if you're a Wigan fan sat with the Catalans fans and vice versa, you'll always have a good, clean, safe time here at Old Trafford. Rugby League definitely doesn't have the problems that football does, so you can sit with opposing fans and it's not really an issue. Oop, looks like a penalty here boys, it's a chance for Wigan to take the lead. "2-0 Wigan Warriors." But it's definitely hard fought. Catalans come back with a penalty of their own to make it 2-2. And at half time, the score is just Wigan 2, Catalans 2. In the second half, it's more of the same. It's definitely hard to break through the lines. And it's only through a little bit of indiscipline by the Catalan Dragons that Wigan finally makes a breakthrough.
The pass back on the inside, Farrell gets it away, and Liam Marshall will finish.
Try Wigan and add the conversion on that. It's a tough game and both teams are really struggling now. They've been hitting each other repeatedly and with ferocity for the last 80 minutes. Catalans mount one last roll of the dice, but Wigan happen to be too strong on the day. So the game eventually finishes out Wigan 10, Catalans 2. And when the final whistle goes, it's an absolute relief. On another day, it could have easily been Catalans' win. But fair play to Wigan, they did enough to defend their lines. Now usually at this point, the fans of the losing teams literally leave the stadium immediately. But fair play to these Catalan Dragons fans, they stay behind to cheer off their defeated heroes. But as a fan of the winning team, I stick around just like everyone else to watch them lift the cup and to see the fireworks and fire being blazed all over the Old Trafford sky. It's a pretty cool experience, and if you're close enough, you can have your picture taken with the players and the trophy. It can be disorientating leaving Old Trafford, especially at night, so I recommend that you memorise the way you came and go that way back. Even though Catalans lost, their fans are still in high spirits. Especially this guy. Again. This is why you don't park anywhere near the stadium, because you'll be stuck in literally gridlock traffic. If you park a mile away from the stadium, like I do, the traffic is a lot more free-flowing. Even the trams can get a little crammed when you're leaving the match, so please bear that in mind. But overall guys, even if you're not a fan of rugby league, I recommend that you do a grand final once in your life, just to experience the pageantry, the passion, the pyrotechnics. It's a fantastic piece of sporting life here in the north of England. Okay Ninh, I'm sold. What do I need to do? Well, you need to come here to the Rugby League Grand Final. It's usually contested here at Old Trafford, the home of Manchester United, and to buy tickets, I've already mentioned all the ways how, but you really shouldn't have a problem buying tickets before the day of the match. Please stay away from ticket touts as tickets are readily available. Tickets range from about £35 to about £90, and if you want corporate hospitality, that obviously costs extra. I've mentioned all the ways of getting here. The easiest, if you're a tourist, is to take the tram to Wharfside Station, which will drop you off at the northeast corner of the stadium. If you're looking for a place to stay, there are hotels around Old Trafford Stadium, but as you can imagine, they bump up their prices around the Grand Final. It's significantly cheaper to get a hotel in the middle of Manchester city centre and then get the tram in instead. Is there anything else I need to know? Yes. I've already mentioned the baggage policy, which they enforce strictly. So please don't bring any large items, any large umbrellas, any large bags, because you won't be allowed in the stadium with them. If you absolutely have to, there are bag drop facilities around the stadium at a charge. Manchester's weather is notoriously unpredictable. As you can see from my footage, at some points it's sunny, and the next minute it's chucking it down with rain. So be prepared for all weather conditions, as the Grand Final is usually contested in October.
Guys, if you have enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Comment on that comment section below, and if you've got any other bucket list ideas, you know what to do. If I get enough suggestions, I'll make a video about it. But guys, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Hey! Yeah.